Yeah, no, like the thing about my motherboard is apparently it supports up to 400 megahertz or whatever the fuck the word is for it.
Yeah, yeah.
For like my RAM and fucking for some, which is weird, right? Because like, when have you seen RAM like a fucking DDR4 over 3200? Like, I haven't even heard of anything like higher than that.
Yeah, that doesn't happen normally, I don't
No.
think, but like I'm not too knowledgeable
Well, I
on
mean,
specifically
like,
that.
it would make sense if like somehow my motherboard supported DDR5, but like DDR5 literally just came out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and like not only that, but like there's only a select few motherboards that are out that even support DDR5 because of how new the technology is, right?
Yeah, exactly. So like at best you're finding mostly DDR3 and 4, which 3 isn't even all that good anymore.
No, I don't recommend DDR3. Like, if you were to get a new motherboard and you were like, yeah, dude, I got a new motherboard and it's DDR3, I'd be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, like
It's just
that's a
no.
direct downgrade in that situation.
Well, yeah, dude. And like the thing that sucks about my current RAM is it's not even like, or like the RAM that I had in before, it's not even like I could sell it to you and be like, yo, take another 16 gigs.
Yeah.
No, because it was 2666.
Oh.
So that's why I had to get new
yeah.
16 gigs, and then I had to put another 8 in on top of that.
Well, that sounds like a pain in the fucking ass, man.
Yeah, well, my uncle gave me 8 gigs of RAM for fucking Christmas, and he was like, yeah, I got another 16 on the way. I was like, shit, okay, cool. Like, it sucks that I can't have, 2 sets of 16. That's what, like 32, right?
Yeah.
Like, that would be nice, but at the same time, I wouldn't take a lower clock speed just to have 32 gigs of, like, 24 gigs of RAM is already pretty fucking juiced. Like, you don't really need anything more than 16. It's just nice to have the extra, though, right? Like,
it is, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not really a necessity, but yeah.
No.
It's first world problems kind of thing,
Yeah, first world problems. Well, like, man, it's like, for example, though, like with the Series X and PS5, I thought the fact that they only put 16 gigs of RAM in it was like a bit underwhelming, because like the Xbox One and PS4, that's 8 gigs of RAM, which
yeah.
I mean, like, it was fine in 2013, 14, whenever the fuck they came out, right? But like I get that. Like, the thing is, a 16 gigs is standard for today. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I like looking at it, and it's like, it's good for now, but I could easily see that being not as good a couple years down the line.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Might want
Like,
to upgrade eventually, but like not really right now. You're good for a good bit.
exactly. Like, and it's just because, like, especially with the multitasking that's in the Series X. I don't know how that is on PS5. Like, I don't know if they have multitasking like that.
Yeah, I was gonna actually ask you, like, what made you choose the Series X over the PS5?
Honestly, dude, like part of it was because, all my friends are on Xbox and whatnot.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense, yeah.
But, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. PlayStation 5, like, there's a lot of good first-party games that are exclusive to PS5.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, like, I don't see that as, like, a reason to spend a lot more money. Because that's exactly it, too, is that if I were going to get a PS5, I'd get the disc version, because I like the thought of being able to buy used games and that sort of stuff, right? Like,
yeah, like I wouldn't want to get a discless console. Like, I've seen those before, and I thought they were a little bit of an interesting.
Well, it's like, the thing about it too is that, like, if I were gonna get a discless console,
Yeah.
it would be like, for example, if I bought a PS5,
Yeah.
like, as my, like, next gen console, and I didn't get a Series X, then I would have just got a Series S. But at the same time, there's not enough space on a Series S for it to even justify buying one.
No, isn't it like, what, 250 gigs or something like that still?
It's 500. But
that's still small, though.
Exactly, dude. Like, not even my Xbox One has 500 gigs. Like, it's at least a terabyte. And I feel like even a terabyte SSD in, like, the base Series X and PS5 isn't enough.
Yeah.
And, like, it kind of annoys me that, like, with Xbox, if you want to upgrade it, you could get, like, those fucking, like, memory card things that are, like, a terabyte. But they're so overpriced, man.
Yeah.
Like, you can get a regular SSD for half the price for the same amount of space.
Well, that's the thing, because, like, I remember for my PC, because my PC only had a terabyte of space on it, or, like, 900 gigabytes because of the operating system and all that, right? But
I even still look at that and I think that's not enough, man.
No, it isn't. Like, so my mom ended up getting me a 1 terabyte hard drive, like an external hard
An
drive.
external, yeah.
Yeah, and it was nice for a little bit, but like I see the 2 terabyte version of like the same one that I have for like literally like $10 more than the 1 terabyte version. I'm like, why do I have the 1 terabyte version? But like it's $80 to get a new one. And it's just like, what's the point? Like I'm really
Well, dude, I would honestly say if you were thinking about getting a new like just like standard hard drive, like not an SSD,
yeah.
just get like a 2 terabyte because I think I got mine for like $60.
Well, the SSD would just make it like faster to load certain games and stuff like that.
Well, I would say honestly, if you got an SSD, I would say with the one that like I would sauce you or whatever, use that one for games. But if you do get one for your operating system, you're gonna want an M2.
Yeah.
Because that's like directly on your motherboard. That's like what I have to boot up my system.
Yeah, which is why your system boots up so fast. But no, I would literally just want it for loading games smoother and faster. Yeah.
Like, I don't see a problem with having your OS on it, like, for now.
Yeah.
But, like, eventually, it's like, if you did get an M2, that would be where you want your OS on.
Well, another thing, too, is because since I'm not really super knowledgeable about, like, PCs, like, I don't even know how the hell, not only would I install that, but also how I would put my operating system specifically onto it. Not the M2, but just the SSD in general.
Well, the M2 is super easy. You literally just unscrew a thing, and then you put it in the slot, and then you screw it back. It's done. Like, it's easier to do an M2 than it is to do a SATA one. Because with the SATA, it's like you have to have a cable. Like, go from your power supply into it, and then fucking... That's, like, how it works.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and then with, like, a regular... It's the same thing with, like, installing a regular hard drive, right? Because I put in that 2 terabyte in my PC, and what I had to do for that was... You know, you connect it to your motherboard, and then you connect a SATA to it to give it power, and then you do that to the power supply. Which, I mean... It's easy enough to do, but it's also kind of complex, right? Like, just because you have to, like, take your fucking PC apart, and it's just a fucking bitch to do.
Yeah. No idea what I'm doing with this fucking puzzle.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I have no clue what the fuck you're trying to get there.
Well, no sound either, too, so, like, because we're recording the episode.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck it, I'll leave this for later. I don't care about it right now.
Yeah.
I'll probably just look up a video on how to do all of this shit, and eventually I wanted to grind it, but I'm mostly just doing this for the prize bulbs. The character shit.
Well, and another thing I was talking to my uncle about too was fucking if ever there is a day I decided to like get a new graphics card, he's like, oh, just like get a 3070 or whatever off Newegg for like 1500. I was like, why would I do that? Because like, don't get me wrong, like yeah, I could just buy a new graphics card and sell my old one, but at the same time, it'd almost be a better deal for me to get a new pre-built.
Yeah.
Because then I could get a pre-built with a 3070 or higher in it. And then I just rip the card out of my current build. Or even I just fucking rip the hard drives out of my current build. Put it in the new fucking pre-built that I get. And then just sell my old PC.
For like... because like, I remember you telling me about that. Like, is it the 3070 or 3090 they have in the new ones?
You could... Well, it depends, right? Because like, I could get like a 3070 in a pre-built. And it'll cost the same as what I paid for, you know, my original pre-built.
Yeah.
The only thing is that obviously I'd have to like swap the hard drive so I still have all my shit, right?
Of course, yes. You don't have to re-download all of it because that would be a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, well, not only that, I have 4 terabytes of space in my PC. Like, I don't want to just fucking sell that away with my old fucking PC.
No, that would be a waste just to get rid of that much space.
Exactly. So it's like, you know, I could do it and then sell my old one and then basically get the money back. But at the same time, it's like, the reason why I haven't done that is it's a hard fucking thing to just sell, you know what I mean? Like, who has over $2,000 sitting around to just buy a PC? You know what I mean?
No, like when I was getting my PC, I was very thankful to be able to just like, I think it was like $525 in total, but like
yeah, to like get your PC.
That was because I got it like I knew a guy at like the local vape shop that I go to, and he knew how to build PCs and had some old PC parts left over. So he got me a deal kind of thing.
So like that's practical and it makes sense.
Well, yeah, because like if I remember correctly, he was like, yeah, I have all the parts for a PC except for RAM and a graphics card, and I'll sell you all of the parts that I'm talking about, besides of course like if you get RAM and a graphics card, like I'll sell you the PC parts and I'll like build the thing for you for $100. And I was like, all right, sounds good. So there was $100 there.
And 200 for your graphics
Yeah,
card.
I went on Kijiji, found a GTX 970 for 200. Just went and bought it off the guy straight cash because
Yeah.
like apparently he was getting other offers, but like he just like everybody kept trying to like either bid him down or tell him not in cash.
Lowball him or whatever.
Yeah. And I was just like, yeah, I'll take. You know, I was like, yeah, is it still up for 200? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, is cash okay? And he was like, yeah, totally. So just showed up, paid him cash, got that.
Yeah.
Popped into the local Best Buy, got
16 gigs of Corsair.
DDR4, yeah, Corsair. I don't know. No, I didn't get the RGB.
You didn't
one.
get the no, because there's no point.
No, because my case was like it's not clear at all. It doesn't have any glass on it. So
No, so you wouldn't be able to see it anyways.
So yeah, I got that for 150. So all in total, yeah, about 525, somewhere around there. 550, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Which is not too bad. Like compared
No,
to
like
$2,000 pre-built, like. And it's not a fucking powerhouse, but like, you know, it does more than enough and exactly what I want it to.
Dude, honestly, the 970 is still pretty fucking reliable for what it is, right?
Very. Like I honestly, other than like very specific games, like New World is probably one of the hardest games that I had to run on my computer.
Yeah.
But like that's because it's like brand new and not well optimized yet because it's brand new.
Well, exactly, man. Well, it's like one of those
Amazon's first game, so like, you know, can't blame them for not really having it super well optimized day one.
Well, I was also gonna say, man, like I was watching that video of like, you know, them stress testing a 970, seeing like what they could do with it. Like the fact that you could run Fallen Order in 1080p with all your fucking settings basically maxed. Yeah. That's good enough, bro.
Well, yeah, like compared to my old PC, which was complete dog shit. Like ESO, for example, like I used to run that like maybe somewhere between like 15, 40, and 45 frames, depending on like where I was and whether or not I was in like a heavily populated area. And now it's just a constant crisp 60. And so just stuff like that where it's like, even just like quality of life that way, where it's like, sure, the game doesn't have to be cranked out maximum settings, but like I can actually properly play the game without it constantly like ripping and tearing frames.
Yeah, and see, that alone I would say is more worth it than like, say, if you were to buy
it's
an
exactly
Xbox
how you describe
One.
it. It's reliable, the 970.
Yeah, it's reliable enough, and honestly, in ways I would say that would be better than like if you just bought an Xbox One, for example, at the time, right?
Yeah, well, don't get me wrong, like I could like ESO's on the Xbox One and you can definitely run it, but like there's definitely some issues with network connectivity and some other stuff with the Xbox.
Well, and frames, bro, that's the biggest thing, man. Like the thing that I like about PC, like when it comes to like, of course I don't have that issue with like a Series X anymore, right?
Yeah.
But like, you know, there's games like GTA 5, for example, you can only max it out at 30 frames on console because they haven't updated it to the 60 frames update yet.
Yeah.
Whereas on PC, I could play at 60 frames, no fucking problem.
Yeah, which is a huge quality of life update.
Yeah. Well, and especially with like a lot of the games that are already out and they don't have updated for the next gen consoles.
Yeah.
It's just so much better to like be able to play PC and have it in 4K or 1440p or whatever with your solid frame rate and not have any issues with it. Like, dude, I was playing fucking Alien Isolation today in 4K 60 frames per second on my PC. That's not even a thing on consoles, bro.
No, God, no. But, like, and that's weird to think about because that game came out, what, 2015?
Something like that,
2014, somewhere around there, I think?
It was still on the 360, so somewhere around
there. Yeah, it was back when 360 games were still regularly being made.
Bro, that reminds me.
To think about.
Have you ever seen the Phantom Pain on fucking 360 and PS3? Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah. I don't think I have seen it on PS3, though.
It's so bad, dude. Like, we're talking, like, maybe 20 frames at max.
That's one of those things where, like, that's one of the games that I was thinking about getting on my old PC, like, before I got this one. Mm-hmm. And, like, I just thought about it, looked at the specs, and I was like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be like this, like, it was one of those things where I bought Watch Dogs on a Christmas sale, like, the original first Watch Dogs that came out on the 360, right? Couldn't run it properly. It wouldn't even like start up. Yeah. You would hit play and it would load up like the Ubisoft Uplay shit and then it would just fucking like die.
Yeah.
Yep. And Black Flag, I could get I think maximum 20 frames on that. Most of the time like anywhere from 5 to 15.
Yeah.
So
see, that's a game that my PC has issues running, but it's not even because of like my PC. It's because for some fucking reason. Actually, it might be different now because apparently I fucking had this like setting that was like weird in my fucking graphics drive or whatever. Like, you know how there's like the NVIDIA fucking control panel where you can like, for some reason I had it on this weird option where like if I didn't have a game set to like 4K because of my monitor, it wouldn't like full screen properly.
Oh yeah, I think you were telling me about that. That was really weird.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's fixed now because like I was having the same issue with Dying Light, and I was like, bro, like as much as I would love to play Dying Light in 4K, I don't think that's a thing. So
Yeah.
because of that, I was having issues running fucking Black Flag, right? Because I was like, fuck, like how am I gonna play the game in 4K and have it be like a solid gameplay, right? Because like even though I have a 2070, it's still nothing that nuts, right? Like,
Yeah, like, you can't do everything in 4K. Like it just,
no, like it's not.
it works a lot better with games that are well optimized for the setting.
Well, and not only that, man, but like it's like fucking a graphics card from like 2018. So that was like when 4K gaming was like just becoming
Yeah.
more of a thing. So it's more or less the card is meant for like 1440p, and some stuff it could just barely run 4K.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even say 4K right now is completely like a staple. Like it's not like it's becoming a staple as we speak, kind of thing. But like
Yeah, with
it's
like
still
next gen consoles.
it's
and
a
everything,
hell of a
right?
lot easier than it was back in 2018 and 2017 to get 4K stuff.
Yeah.
In general, like 4K TVs are like $400 now as compared to like 3,000 or 4,000 when they first came out.
Well, yeah, dude, that's exactly what I was like saying the other day, I think it was. Like say out of nowhere your TV just shit out on you, you'd be better off just getting a 4K TV
Well,
than you would be to get like a 1080p one.
yeah, and I don't know if it was like your mom or somebody else that you bought it for, but I remember you were like, yeah, I got my mom or my sister a 4K TV, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, dude, how expensive was that? And you're like, oh, it's like a couple $100. I was like, wait, what? And
Yeah,
it's
dude,
one of those
it's
things
like
where
a 50-inch TV, and I only paid like $400-500 for it.
yeah,
man.
it's one of those things where it's like that, like that's unheard of back in like 2017, 2018, especially to get a 4K TV like that too. Like that would have been 4 or 5 grand or something.
Well,
like that,
dude,
or 2 or
even
3
like
grand
a
at least.
1080p TV, bro.
Yeah, like those were even expensive back then.
No, I mean like even like in 2018, like
Yeah.
a 1080p TV wasn't cheap, bro.
No, exactly.
Like of course, like I mean like for a 50-inch, dude, like. Because,
Yeah.
like, fucking, even back then, for a 50-inch 1080p TV was still fucking a lot of money, bro. Because, like, that was kind of, like, you know, the fucking staple of fucking what things were, right? Like, it was either, you know, you get your 1080p or fucking, like, you spend, like, thousands of dollars and get a 4K TV.
Well, I mean, I think there was some places like, pawn shops and stuff where you could still cheap out and get, like, a 720 TV or even some of the older stuff. But,
well,
like,
that's just it, is you could get a cheap fucking 720p TV, no problem. Like the one that I have in my room right now, that's 720p, and it was only like $200.
yeah.
The TV I had before that was also 720p, and at the time when I got it, which was 2013, was still like $200. Like,
Yeah, but it's probably a lot cheaper now, I would assume.
oh yeah, no,
Get a
actually no,
720p
I'm pretty
TV.
sure it's the same price.
Well, I guess that makes sense, yeah, because, like, there's still solid TVs, even if the picture quality isn't anything, completely fantastic. But, like,
Yeah. Well, honestly, man, like it's like, for example, dude, like the reason why I don't care enough to upgrade my TV that's in my room is because, you know, it's a couple $100.
well, you have
And on
your
top of
gaming
that-
monitors, too. Like, there's no point.
Well, exactly, man. I have no need for it because all I use it for is Netflix or
Yeah.
whatever, right? Like, if I really want to have that crisp quality fucking show on Netflix, I'll watch it on my gaming monitor
Yeah,
in
it's
4K.
one of those things where you don't need to go get a whole other TV for it, yeah.
Exactly. Like, it would be nice, but at the same
Yeah.
time, I'm not dropping a couple $100 on a fucking TV that I don't need. You know
No,
what I mean?
exactly. Like, it's just a wasted expense.
Exactly. And yeah, no, like I was saying, like when I move out, I might take that 4K TV with me. Because, like, I mean, it literally doesn't make a difference. Like, no one really uses it besides, like, Sophie, yeah. Which, I mean, like, would feel bad, but at the same time, like, it's, 720p TV. Like I said, like, if you're just using it for Netflix, which is all she uses it for, it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, it's not the hugest deal in the world.
Yeah. Well, and not only that, man, but if I moved out, Sophie would have her own room, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I was actually thinking about that today. Like, it would be nice to move
Well, that's why I was like, like, if you ever still wanted to look into, like, 2 bedrooms and, like, think about moving out together, I would still be down for something like that. But the problem right now is moving out right now is probably, like, the hardest or worst thing to do right now because of the fucking housing market in Canada.
Exactly. No,
because, like, the thing is, because I've been in this place, like, my landlord can only increase, like, I've been here for a year and a half now, or 2 years, and, like, my landlord couldn't increase my rent any more than $15. But if you're going to, like, if you were probably coming to do and rent the exact same size apartment as me
Dude,
right now.
I've been looking on Facebook, dude, and like they have like rooms for rent, like
Yeah.
a room in like someone's house, and it's $1,000 at the least.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say if you came here to like rent the same exact thing that I'm renting right now, it would probably be anywhere from like $1,300 to $1,400 instead of like
Yeah.
the $1,250 or $1,265 I pay right now.
Exactly.
Because of
And like the
$13
thing
increase.
about it too, that's kind of why like when I was like thinking about it, I was like, fuck, like I wouldn't like to move in with my grandma, but like it's like she has a spare room. There's a basement that I would probably put my setup in because like you already know, like I have my late gaming sessions where I'm like up until like, 2, 3 a.m.
Yeah, same here.
playing fucking games. Like I don't want to be like a nuisance to my grandma. Right?
Yeah, no, totally understandable. Yeah.
Yeah.
EA servers timed out. Lovely.
Damn, dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was like thinking about that because I was like, fuck, like, it's like not really like the thing that sucks about it is that like for me to get to work, it's so much more of a bitch. Like if I worked in the North Shore, it wouldn't be so bad because then it's like, oh, like I'll just take a bus to work in the morning. Well, honestly, I do that now.
That's what I was thinking. Like, what would be perfect is if we could find a 2-bedroom for like $1,400 or something like that, or cheaper. Yeah. Like somewhere in between, like halfway in between where my job is and your job is. Where it's like you only have to take one bus and I'd only have to drive like maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if Carol's apartments were open and like still pretty fucking affordable, I wouldn't mind living there, right?
Yeah, me neither. But I heard that their water's not good.
Yeah. Well, I also just think it'd be nice to live closer to her just in case, right? Because like, well, especially after like what had just happened. Not gonna go too in depth with that with the live stream.
Pod, bro.
Yeah, on the fucking podcast or whatever. But yeah, no, it'd be nice to like be close enough that if something happened,
you can.
I'm like
right
there.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Not only that, but like my work is like right there as well.
Yeah,
right?
You'd be a lot closer to work. I mean, it would suck for me because I'd be a lot farther away from my work, but
yeah, At the same time, though, like I can imagine like you could maybe find a job up the hill too. But like it's also like if we were to do that, I wouldn't want to like be like, yeah, dog, like get a whole new job over it. You know what I mean?
That's why I was saying somewhere kind of halfway in between where you work and where I work would be a perfect idea. Cause like, just sucks because your job's up the hill, mine is down the hill, which can't do that.
So it could be different if you just like up and got a job up the hill, but like
that's a bit different.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, eventually, we probably should actually like take a serious look at like moving out together if we're going to. Yeah. Like, not only just like how much it would cost, but like what kind of the apartments are looking like around here. Yeah. It's like I love the apartments here. Don't get me wrong. This building is amazing, and my landlord is great. But like, the 2-bedroom apartments are like $1,600.
Yeah.
Month, which split between us both, it's $800 a month, which is it's great for me. That'd be $400 cheaper than what I'm paying, but like that's like $500 more than what your mom's charging you for rent per month.
Yeah. Well, she hasn't really been like on like hassling me for rent recently just because like the amount that's another thing I was going to say too is the amount I'm working right now isn't like enough,
it'd be one of those things where it's like if we wanted to do that at least in this apartment specifically or something like that or an apartment as nice as this one where it's the same kind of price range, you'd have to get a full-time job or you'd have to go full-time at your job.
Yeah.
Like there'd be no two ways about it. You'd have to
Exactly.
Like, you wouldn't be able to make like $800. Well, you could make $800 a month in part-time income, but like
that's what I mean. That would be only my rent would be paid.
Well,
that doesn't
you'd have a little bit left over, but like not much. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that would be like, hey, Bep, so you're buying groceries, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Like you're eating for free, but like.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to do that to you, bro.
No, exactly.
And it's like, don't get me wrong, like I could go full time, but like, man, honestly, at my job right now, I would rather not.
Might just be a situation too where you could maybe look at getting a job down here on the down the hill.
North Shore, yeah. I don't know. I've been thinking about getting a new job just because of like it's 2 buses to work and my one manager kind of fucking sucks. But like that reminds me. Fuck, I like asked for the 12th off and like I didn't get it off on the schedule, so like I'm probably just gonna like no show, and if they like get mad, I'm gonna just be like, bro, I literally asked you for my doctor's appointment for me to have the day off like 2 weeks ago. So like honestly,
did they tell you no or did they just not respond?
Well, she was just like, oh, like I already like made the schedule, and I was like, okay, well, you're gonna have to fix that because you know, it wasn't, keep in mind, the schedule wasn't posted when she said that.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was like she could have figured something out, fixed it, and then posted it, but she just posted it with me working on that day.
Weird.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what, honestly, like, if you're gonna get mad at me for this, like, I literally told you, like, a week or two in advance, like, it's not my fault at this point.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could also try and switch with another coworker, but that means you still got to work that, like, another day.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty much fucking booked up for the week anyways. Like, I work the 10th till the 15th.
So you probably can't really even switch anybody for that day.
No, exactly.
You have to switch somebody for, like, the 16th or 17th.
Which, that schedule's not even out yet, so...
Yep.
How am I to know, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and not only that, it's not my job as the employee to figure, like, there's a manager for a fucking reason, bro.
Well, yeah, like, you told her 2 weeks in advance that you're having a doctor's appointment and you can't make it in that day. Like,
yeah, that's like if you told Lisa, like, hey, sorry, like, I have a doctor's appointment on this day, like, I can't
Well, she
work.
makes the schedule up, like, almost monthly, so usually, or not monthly, every 2 weeks kind of thing. So usually, giving your 2 weeks notice in advance, you can work around that, no problem. Like,
yeah. Well, not only that, man, but I kind of just got that doctor's appointment dropped on me, right? Like, I went in, and he was like, all right, like, I'll see you in, like, 2 weeks, and I was like,
well, not
that,
but my manager's a lot more chill than most managers. Like, she's very accommodating when it comes to stuff like that. You know?
Well, like, the thing is I can imagine it's not going to be that big of a deal when it comes down, because, like, I've had, like, schedule fuck-ups before, and it was kind of whatever, but at the same time, it's like, I haven't been there long enough for them to, like, you know, keep being like, oh, yeah, no, like, this is fine. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. I've been thinking about also getting a new job, so I wouldn't mind looking at something up the hill. But at the same time, like, I don't even know what kind of a job I would get up there. Like, what, Valley Village? I don't know.
They're hiring.
Yeah, but, like, I don't really think I'd want to work at Valley Village.
It kind of, like, ruins it,
It ruins the magic, yeah. It's like working at Fun Factor or, like, Wendy's. Like, it would just ruin the magic of, like, you know, me going there. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't just, like, gone in to shop at my work since I, like, started. Like, I still buy stuff while I'm at work, but that's the only time I'll, like, go there nowadays,
I thought about doing skip the dishes, because I could, like, those, like, my hours would be basically as flexible as I want them to be. I could have as many days off as I want. You could also make
a decent amount of skip,
yeah,
too.
But the problem with that is my car is at, like, 270,000 kilometers. Like,
yeah,
I would be putting the fucking hours in on my car.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things where it's like, if my car ever had any kind of an issue whatsoever,
you're out of work.
Well, not necessarily like I'm like out of work. I'm out of work until I get it fixed immediately. Like, it's like I'm out of, like, there's no way for me to physically make money unless I have the car, kind of thing.
That's true.
Like, somebody else's car. Right?
That's why, like, I see skip as more or less like a side hustle than like a job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like, it just seems so nice because, like, you can make your own hours whenever you want and basically have whatever, like, schedule you want to, and you can completely, like, something comes up and you need to, like, take a day off for, like, your doctor's appointment. Like, you can do that because you make your own schedule. You choose when you want to go and serve, which is, I think, is really cool. But at the same time, like, it's just, like, I know it would be really, like, it would be a lot on my car.
Yeah.
And
when I said the same thing to Chandra, because Chandra was like, fuck, like, I need more money, yada yada. I was like, dude, you have a car, just be a skip driver. She's like, no, I can't.
As a side hustle, it wouldn't be too bad, but at the same time, like, I don't know how it'd be full-time, but I think it'd be kind of a cool idea in the sense that, like, that freedom and flexibility and, like, fuck you, pussy. I saw that. I don't know how you become one, though. Like, I know...
you, like, go on the app, and there's, like, a thing where you just, like, become a driver or whatever. Here, let's see. We doing the ShedCast on how to get fucking jobs. And you, like, click here, and then fucking you, like, go down, and then become a courier.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'll have to look into that, because, like, that'd be kind of cool. That would be a pretty cool thing to do.
Oh, what the fuck? I got skip credits back?
Oh, nice.
That's kind of annoying. I was expecting to get that, like, back on my credit card. Yeah, no, actually, I mean, it's whatever in the end, because, like, I didn't even really want... They gave me $9.44 back, and I was like, bro, that's too much. Because basically what happened was I was at Carol's house, right? And I ordered us... there was, like, this combo thing where it's, like, a 2 can dine for, like, their farmer's egg wraps at Tim Hortons, right?
Yeah.
And I got mine with sausage, and they didn't fucking, like, put any of the... You know, like, how they have the tabs where they, like, pull out, like, oh, yeah, this one has sausage or this one doesn't or whatever?
Yeah.
They didn't do that, so I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, okay, like be careful because like you're vegetarian. I don't want you to accidentally take a bite out of fucking sausage, right?
Your sausage one, yeah.
Neither of them had sausage on it. So I like, I fucking did the thing on Skip and I was like, yo, like there was no fucking sausage on my thing, which I was like, whatever, like I don't care, like I just would have like rather known about it. And they were just like, yeah, we'll give you $9.44 back. I was like, I didn't even need the $9.44. I was just,
it's just
like,
one of those things. Just like just to
let
let
them know or
this
whatever,
happened,
like,
kind of thing. Yeah.
yeah. Because like in the end, I didn't care that I didn't get sausage. I was more concerned about a vegetarian eating fucking meat. You know what I mean?
Just
like,
that, or like potentially they might have just put somebody else's order in that was very similar to yours.
Yeah.
So it's like somebody else could be getting a sausage one when they expected to get two like non-sausage ones.
Well, and that's the whole reason why I brought it up in the first place, right? Because I was like, I don't care that I got an egg one, but it's the fact that it wasn't marked. Like I don't want someone who's vegetarian to accidentally eat meat.
Yeah,
that was
or somebody who's religious and can't eat that type of meat. You know what I mean? Like,
well, exactly, man.
The sausage is pork, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they make most sausage out of pork.
I think it's like a mix of pork and beef.
Yeah, but even still, I think that's halal, not halal. Yeah, wouldn't be. It's. I think there's a religion against not eating pork, something like that, or beef. Either way, that would be violating one of the two. Whichever one I'm correct on, and whichever one I'm not incorrect on, who knows? I certainly don't. Yeah, I think becoming a skip driver would be kind of cool, but yeah, it would basically require you to not be not procrastinating. You have to like go out and do it regularly, like get enough hours, because you're basically relying on your tips and whatever the like automatic fee is to you or the driver. I don't even know what you make as a skip driver.
Well, you basically just make you get the delivery fee and the tip, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And there's got to be some sort of way that they compensate you as well. Because there's no way that they're only paying their drivers the fucking tip and delivery fee.
Well, they might be paying them for gas. I don't know how that works.
Well, yeah, because I was gonna say there's dickheads like me. I only fucking tip $1 sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
Well, the thing is I only
sometimes I'm broke too.
No, exactly. It's sometimes I'm broke, and on top of that, fucking I just for McDonald's, for example, McDonald's is only 5-10 minutes. A 5-minute drive from my house. So I'm I'm not going to give someone a $5 tip for that.
Sometimes I'm lazy and I don't want to just get in my car and go to the drive-thru, which is literally across the street from my fucking apartment.
There,
so
yeah.
it's I could, but I'm just going to give you somebody else $1 to go grab it for me.
Exactly. When I feel bad right now with the delivery fees, because don't get me wrong, I'm happy that it's $1.50 for delivery. It used to be $3 fucking dollars or $4.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm looking at
$3.49 or something like that.
Yeah. Now I'm looking at the skip drivers, and I'm well, are they getting fucked for that? I really hope they're not.
Probably compensating, but I don't know, because I thought that was only a deal that was going on for just the Christmas holiday kind of thing.
But it's still like that.
Yeah,
though.
It's still like that. They haven't changed it at all, which is very strange.
Yeah. I mean, in the end, as a consumer, I'm not complaining, but I could imagine as a worker, I would be complaining.
Yeah, that seems almost kind of fucked up if they just don't change it and they're not compensating the drivers in some way for it.
And see, that's why I say, there's got to be some form of compensation that Skip as a whole, gives you.
Yeah, well, don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't like my job that I currently have, it's just that, when
want to do something different, I could imagine.
Well, not only just that, but also when COVID first started, when I got hired, they were a lot more lax on a lot of their rules in the sense that there wasn't mystery shops and stuff like that, because I work at a gas station, so people can just there's certain from the tobacco company, they can come in and start asking you questions about the tobacco stuff, and there's I've heard of before COVID there was mystery shops where they had people who were actually underage. They'd send in with ID that was incorrect, and you'd have to make sure you can tell that the ID is incorrect, deny selling them smokes, because if not you could be fined and lose your job over it kind of thing.
See, I'm like, bruh, like, that's just it. Like, I feel like if someone comes in with a fake ID and you can't tell that it's fake, I don't think you should get fucking fined for that, man.
Yeah, well, not only that, but it's like it's just stuff like that where it's just like there's always a chance something like that could happen.
Yeah.
There's that pressure, and I just like it's a gas station job. Like I'm getting paid minimum wage to do this. I really feel like there shouldn't be this type of pressure. Not only that, but like don't get me wrong, like I like the gas station, but they expect a lot from you in the sense that like during the winter they want me to shovel like. I never, that was never in the job description. You need to fucking shovel snow from like.
Fucking shoveling snow sucks, dude. I just shoveled my fucking driveway today.
Yeah.
It fucking sucked, man.
Well, the thing is, most like snow removal companies will pay you good money to shovel snow and stuff like that and remove snow with their equipment. I just get handed a shovel and I'm paid the same wage and I'm not paid extra. It's just like, it's snowing outside, you got to go clear the sidewalks and the fucking pump pads.
Yeah, no, I think that's fucking dumb. I feel like they should, like, get someone to come in and do it. Who, like, have... Like, there's people who have fucking machines for that, bro.
Yeah, and sometimes they do come and do our lot, but, like, we're also responsible for the sidewalk, apparently, for some fucking reason, which I don't really understand.
I feel like the sidewalk should be the fucking
it's one of those weird
bro.
things, because, like, the sidewalk comes at, like... It's basically, like, this big curve, like, sort of like a large, like... kind of like an L, but, like, not like a corner point. So, like, the whole front of it, like, the city basically just took over this year. Like, they're like, okay, you don't have to, you're not responsible for this anymore. But we're still responsible for, like, the other side that's, like, close to the bus loop. And it's like, are you kidding me?
That should definitely be the city.
Yeah. Yeah, it fucking should. And that's why I'm wondering, like, why the fuck do we have to take care of it and make sure it's not icy or we'll be fine?
I'm finna say it, bro. I love how we were like, yeah, the ShedCast ain't finna get political. And we're like, it's the fucking city's job. I don't want to fucking do it, man.
Well, like, that's very, very light political. I'm not saying the city should completely switch their politics to fucking, I don't know, communism or something like that so the workers get everything done correctly and they're all paid equally for it. Like, no. I'm just saying,
shovel the fucking snow.
Yeah, I'm just saying, shovel the fucking snow, for God's sakes. Because, like, Jesus Christ, this shouldn't be my job and being paid minimum wage to work at a gas station. I gotta deal with fucking homeless people, man.
Dude, you know that, like, the type of vibes that gives me, bro? Fucking when I worked at Dairy Queen for, like, a month and fucking, like, on my first shift, they fucking made me go and, like, sweep the entire fucking parking lot. They're like, you need to go at least, like, a foot away from the fucking sidewalk and fucking whatever, like, the corners and shit, so the fucking street sweepers could come in. They gave me this tiny-ass fucking broom, and my hands were bleeding in, like, 5 different fucking spots after I was done. Like, it was so bad to the point where I was like, bruh, fuck this. And I literally, like, after that shift, I went to Canadian Tire and I fucking got, like, one of those, like, custodian brooms. Like, one of the super fucking big, like, shop brooms.
Yeah, the ones that are, like, meant for cleaning sidewalks and stuff like that if you want to use them for that purpose.
Well, like, one that, like, I know you weren't in any shop classes, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, when I say shop fucking broom.
Right? Yeah, no, like, I've been in, like, wood shop and metalworks back in, like, middle school, and we had to use those to clean up. So I know what you're talking about there.
Yeah, like, those, like, super fucking big and long ones.
Yeah.
I literally bought one of those because I was like, bruh, like, I don't know, like, if I'm ever gonna have to do this again, but if anyone ever has to do this again, I don't want them to have that shitty-ass small fucking broom.
Yeah, like that, like, I don't know why the hell they would do that. Like, yeah, Subway did that too. They were like, yeah, go outside and basically just, like, sweep the, like, sidewalks around there. But they gave me, like, a broom that was, like, an indoor broom that's very small. And it's like, what is the point of handing me this? It's completely useless in this situation. Like, give me a larger broom than this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck, that's, like... multi-million-dollar companies be like, yeah, I'm not just gonna give you a broom that's big enough for it. Like, at least Petro has one of those fucking, like, wide shop brooms.
Yeah,
where like... you gotta, like, do shit on the fucking, gotta get some dirt off the sidewalks and shit.
Yeah, and it's just convenient. Like, you get so much more surface area off it, too.
Yeah, it makes the sweep job, like, half the time. It's fantastic.
Exactly.
There's a pool over here? Yes.
Man. Yeah, no, fuck. I wouldn't mind getting a new job, but at the same time, like, my job's really not that bad, right? Like,
that's kind of the same thing with mine. It's like, yeah, like, sure, there's that weird pressure of, like, you could get mystery shopped at any time, but, like, for the most part, like, I should know the information that I need to provide to them for that, to, like, pass that, so...
yeah.
I don't know what I'm freaking out over, but it's like, fuck, man, why the hell do I have to worry about this, man? Like...
Well, just, like, I would say, like, on the bright side, man, like, at least it's not, like, one of those situations where it's, like, fucking the smoke shops in town where, like...
Yeah.
You
I've
know,
also
they
thought about
are
working. Yeah.
openly selling to minors. Like, for you, at least you can be like, oh shit, like, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Whereas for them, it's like, people openly know that they sell to fucking kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Well, it's like no, I wouldn't. It's one of those things where it's like if you complacently do it, you get a much larger and harsher fine for it. But like
yeah.
for that, it's mostly just kind of like testing to make sure I've done my training properly and I'm not
Yeah.
negligent on it. But like, at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like that rarely happened even before COVID. So
Yeah, well, and
that it's
especially
after
for
COVID,
gas
like,
stations, bro. Like,
yeah.
I've only ever heard of one gas station that was like openly selling smokes to kids, and that was when I was a fucking kid, bro. Like,
yeah.
I remember I was like fucking 7 years. You remember the old fucking save or super safe fucking gas or whatever, like the the blue gas stations or whatever.
Oh yeah, where it's like where Coochie Lovers is now, or like near where that is, or
No, it was like you remember when there was a Husky by my house.
Oh,
There was a Husky.
So
yeah, where the fucking gas station was where not Station 10. What the fuck is that? Those like new apartments that came up by like Bright Eye Brewing.
Shouldn't name drop too many things in the pod. I don't want people like knowing exactly.
Yeah. We'll cut that part out. But you know what I mean though when I say like where fucking that fucking restaurant is though, right?
Bro, I'm too lazy to go cut that out. Just be careful next time.
Alright. Fair enough. I don't give a fuck. But yeah,
neither,
no,
but
where
like, just in case.
where those apartments are, there was a gas station when I was a kid, and it got shut down because they were selling smokes to 13-year-olds.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, and then it fucking took them years to make it into those apartments. And then across the street from that, there was a fucking Husky, which was there for years and years, and it was actually a good fucking gas station. I love that gas station. I'm sad that it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they took that out for whatever reason, and now it's just a fucking parking lot. Like, who asked for this, bro? You know what I mean?
I understand if there was, like, a theater or something around there that you'd want to, like, park for, like a movie theater, like some kind of, like there's nothing that you need large parking for. Like, there's no swimming pool, there's no, like...
There's no nothing, bro.
Yeah. It's like, it's just a large parking lot besides, like, one weird gas station.
Yeah, and it's not even, like, a parkade either. Like, it's literally just a flat plot of fucking land that people just fucking can park on now.
Yeah.
Like, it's just weird. It's just weird.
Yeah, that was buttery, bro.
Yes, sir.
Being no comply up to the fucking, I don't know, I haven't skated in so long. I forget the names.
You're like, I forget what skate tricks are.
I do, and I'm also kind of high, so I don't really care.
I miss that Husky, though. There was, like, these little fucking things that you would get. I remember when I was a kid, and it's like, you know what? Excuse me. I guess you haven't really been to the bars that often. There's like these fucking lottery things that you could get where it's like you pull.
Oh, pull tabs.
Yeah, the pull tabs,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. I used to. I play with those with my mom every once in a while.
Yeah. So they would have like things like that whenever you like buy stuff at the place, and like you could like win prizes, right?
Yeah.
And fuck, man, I missed that when I was a kid, dude. Like I got fucking Gatorades for free and like fucking drinks and snacks and shit. It was fucking dope. Bro.
Oh, so were they actually gambling or were they just something specific to the store?
It was specific to Husky, and it was like if you bought anything there, you would just get them.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was gonna say if those are the actual like gambling ones, they are not supposed to be giving you those as a kid.
No, it was like just like in the fucking thing. Like if you bought anything, you just get them, and then like it's like, oh, you could win something or you don't.
Man, that's another thing. Like as a gas station employee, I'm surprised the amount of people like who come in and they're like, oh yeah, like my kids love to scratch these $2 and $3 winners, and I'm just sitting there looking at them like. Like you know it's illegal to give that to children. You just don't care.
It's not that big of a deal, honestly. I used to do the same thing.
It's one of those things like like the children aren't actually going to be able to cash the money, so like the addiction isn't really there. Like it's not like the parents are going to just like cash the money and give it to them. They'll probably just buy candy or something for them with the money, right? Like.
Well, I was gonna say when I was a kid, I remember there's this fucking place that like my mom would go to get her car worked on, right? We've driven past it a couple times, right?
Yeah, I think
it's
so.
like back behind where the car wash and the fucking gym is. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You know, yeah. Then there's like that fucking car shop like way in behind, like where there's like fucking nothing, right?
Yeah.
There's that one car shop. Yeah, my mom used to go there all the time when I was a kid, and there was a gas station that was like right there. So, like, I remember I went there, like, a couple times, and I used to get fucking scratch tickets with my mom. I remember I got fucking, there was this one called Cash Cow, and I thought it was the funniest fucking thing ever, because I was like, wow, it's a fucking cow. That's hilarious.
Well, yeah, you're a kid, right?
Yeah, so like I remember I only got I got like they were like $1 or $2 scratchers. $2 scratchers, I got 2 of them. And then I won $4. I was like, oh sweet, I basically got my money back from the fucking scratchers.
Yeah.
Cool. And then yeah, my mom cashed them, and then I don't think she gave me the money for it, but
Well, yeah, but like it's one of those things where it's like a lot of people don't think about it because it's just like, oh, it's a scratch ticket. It's fairly harmless, but like technically speaking, like that is illegal. Like if you see any of the the TVs that are inside like gas stations, like we have a TV specifically for like lottery stuff. And occasionally during the holidays, it's like there's like an ad that plays. It's like don't give scratch tickets to children as like stocking stuffers. Like it's still gambling. It's still like a 19+ thing. You gotta be like in it.
And like I get that, but at the same time, like I see it as it's not as bad as like say for example you buy your kid a pack of smokes or something. Right?
Yeah, that's a completely different
ball game.
Yeah, no, I totally get you on that point. It's just like buying your kid a pack of smokes, really fucked up thing for you to do. What the fuck is wrong with you? Buying your kid a scratch ticket, like.
It's like it's not technically right, but it's not like
legally speaking, not a good idea. But at the same time, like,
it's not the end of the world.
Nobody's like, it's not like your kid's gonna be like, "Mom, you're not supposed to give me this. That's illegal. I'm gonna tattle on you." Like,
or like, "Oh, mom, go buy me scratch tickets." Like,
yeah, no, like no kid is gonna get that into them. Like maybe they'll like help their mom scratch some of their tickets just because because no kid cares about the money portion for the most part. They're mostly like, "Whoa, I can scratch this and possibly win something."
Well, that's
fucking cool. Like,
look at it this way though, bro. Before we turned fucking 19 or whatever, right? Did you see us going to fucking ask people like, yo, can you go buy me some fucking scratch tickets? Or
no,
like it was like, yo, can you go get me some fucking liquor?
Yeah, like we were teenagers, we were booting liquor, not fucking scratch tickets and gambling shit.
Yeah, like we were like, I want my 2-6. I don't.
But then again, there are some people with addictive personalities who like they can't help but like want to gamble. You know, once they started, kind of thing.
Well, it's like look at fucking homie for example. Like he didn't buy scratch tickets until he was old enough because he was like, oh, I'm fucking 19 now. I want to go to the casino. I want to get fucking scratch tickets, whatever, right? And that's. He's 19. He can do whatever the fuck he wants,
that's
right?
the legal age here in Canada, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, it's like, you look at that and it's like the same situation with him. Like, beforehand he would have been like, yeah, like fucking boot me a pack of smokes or boot me a fucking 2-6 or whatever to like fucking whoever he asks, right?
Yeah.
You would never see him be like, yo, get me a fucking scratch ticket. Because what's the point? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, if he really wanted a scratch ticket that bad, he could just ask his fucking parents or whatever. Like, because it's one of those things where people don't see it as, like, harmful. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things, too, where it's like, I know for a fucking fact, if I asked my mom for a pack of smokes, like, before I was legal age, she would tell me absolutely the fuck not.
Yeah, no, and it's the same thing.
If we were in the gas station and like I asked her discreetly, like, yo, can I just grab a scratch ticket? I think that one looks kind of cool, kind of thing, and she'd be like, yeah, I guess. Like,
well, it's like look at it this way, man. Yeah. I was smoking weed since I was like 15, 16 years old.
Yeah,
it became legal. I still wasn't asking my fucking family like, yo, can you go get me weed? When I wasn't legal age, I was like, why the fuck would I do that? Like, they're gonna say no.
Well, I remember high school, I just bought off a guy, too. Like,
that's exactly what I bought off a guy.
Bro. Back when it was, like, when it became legal, I wasn't legal age, so I just still bought off the same guy.
Bought it off people, exactly. Yeah. Like, you don't need to go in a fucking dispensary, No. Like, even to this day, if I want weed, I don't need to go to a dispensary. Like, I have family and friends
I just find
that
it usually
grow, right?
Oh, totally. But, like, for me, I usually just find it's so much fucking
more
easier.
Convenient.
It's convenient, too. Like, you just go to the dispensary, you're like, I'm just like, yeah, give me a cheap ounce of weed, or whatever you got, cheapest you can, right? $100 ounce of weed, that's pretty great for me. Like, it's, some people would call it overpriced compared to, like, what you could get on, from, like, just people but, like,
at the same time,
it's so easy to just walk into a store, hand them the money, they hand you the weed, you leave. It's
well,
simple.
I was gonna say, man, Canada is fucking lucky with their weed, bro. Have you seen American weed prices, bro?
Oh god, like they're
even in legal states, it's like over $200 an ounce, bro. American.
Yeah.
No, and it's like, bro, I like look at it and I'm like, I know you're not supposed to like move weed or anything across the border, but like, fuck, bro, like I would not be surprised like if there's an actual like larger amount of people that do that
from Canada.
No, like from the States. I mean, like come to Canada to buy your fucking weed. You know what I mean?
No, totally.
Well, it's like look at fucking teenagers do that with liquor, bro. They'll fucking if you're close enough to the border and you're 19, it's like, well, fuck. Would you rather wait until you're 21 to get your booze or fucking find a boot, or would you rather fucking drive a couple hours up to Canada and just fucking go to a liquor store and buy it there.
Purchase illegally where you have an ID where it's like, oh, you're 19, you can just buy liquor here. But like,
yeah. Well, it fucking I forgot about that when I was in the States, right? Because like, you know, I was 20 years old at the time, right?
Yeah.
So like, you know, 21 is the legal drinking age in the entire United States.
Did you try and get like a drink and they were like, no, you can't?
No,
or...
I was at a CVS. A fucking pharmacy, bro. They were fucking selling liquor in a pharmacy.
Oh yeah,
bro.
They have it in grocery stores.
Literally
they have
everywhere,
it in gas stations. They have it in pharmacies. It's everywhere.
Fucking everywhere.
You can get a bottle of booze pretty much fucking anywhere.
Yeah, and I was just like looking around, not even thinking like, oh yeah, like I'm only 20, and I was like, oh, like maybe I'll buy something for tonight, right? Because fucking I was stuck in fucking California for the night, right?
Sorry,
I was like,
sorry to pause your tangent there. I was just gonna say like there's this like a point system with like at the gas station I work at, and like when it tells you like the things that it excludes. Here it's like you can't get tobacco and lottery with your points because like you know that's kind of like free tobacco and lottery, but like the other thing like and then there's like New Brunswick you can't get milk because like milk is like you know $8 a fucking jug or something like that or $8 a liter.
Bro.
Well, it's because of how long it like how much gas and stuff it takes just to like truck it up there and stuff like that.
So does Manitoba just not have fucking cattle or like?
I think it's like more towards like PEI and like
like
way
that. Like closer to like the East Coast.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? There's like for the American portion of my gas station though, like it's like you can't use the points on alcohol, and I was like, they sell alcohol in gas stations, but like it makes sense. I mean, it's in grocery stores, it's in CVS's, you know. Like,
because
it would make sense to be
CVS
in gas
is
stations.
A pharmacy, right?
Like the only gas station I've ever seen, like you know the like when you're going up towards the ski hill, that little like convenience store they have that's like the one stop they have for gas before you get up towards like the actual ski hill there.
No, I've bought liquor from there.
They sell alcohol there, but that's like the only gas station I've ever seen. And like that's kind of like more of like an all-in-one because they have like full like frozen pizzas and stuff you can buy there. They have like actual like frozen food.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna fucking steal a slice of your za.
There's a Hawaiian in there, and then there's an Alfredo sauce with pineapple and bacon. Just to let you know. But yeah, no, like that's the only gas or sort of I guess convenience store, gas station, hybrid, whatever you want to call it, that I've seen with like alcohol in it in Canada, because I'm pretty sure it's not like legal to do so, or maybe it's just not profitable. I don't know.
But yeah, I was gonna say when I went to hang out with homie that one time, I picked up a 4-pack of Smirnoff Ice.
Yeah, at that little store there, they have a whole like section for it and everything. Yeah, it's really really weird. Because that's like any other gas station does not have that. Like they don't even gas stations aren't even allowed to have vape products anymore because they're not allowed to have flavored vapes and stuff like that because like you have to be a vape store.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and like I've had some customers ask me about that. They're like, why is that? Like, exactly is that? Like, why not just have flavors in here, right? And I was like, well, I think the reason they did it is because like to go into a vape store, there's like a 19+ check at the door, right?
Yeah.
So no children can walk into a vape store. Children can walk right into a convenience store and easily see colored flavored vapes, you know, like sitting up on the counter kind of thing.
Is that they're trying to like steer kids away from vaping, which I understand. Like
we have to keep our vape stuff in like a black box so you can't see exactly what it is until you like open the flap on it. Just for that same reason, so it's not like kids aren't like looking at it while you're in the store. And like I totally get it because like when I was like 14 and I saw those little gas station vape pens that were like strawberry flavored and shit, I was like, that's kind of cool.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, I want one. I was like, that's kind of cool. But like my mom was like, no, I'm not getting you that. That's still nicotine. Like, no.
Yeah.
It's like the same as me buying you cigarettes. Absolutely not.
Well, and that's just it. Is that especially when you're a kid, you look at vaping and you're like, oh, this is healthy, right?
Well, I never really thought it was healthy, but I was always just like I had that weird I was one of those kids that had a weird fascination, even though I was told all my life, don't fucking smoke cigarettes. They're bad for you. I was like, the second I got like around like 15, 16, I was like, yeah, I want to try smoke a cigarette. I want to try some of this. Oh, this looks kind of cool. Like, let me get into some of this. But like, and then you see vaping, and it's just like, it tastes better and it smells better, and you can get it stronger than fucking cigarettes. I'll take it 100%. Thank you very much.
Well, and another thing about it too is back when I first started vaping, I was only doing like 3 nicks, so it was like. Oh, dude, it wasn't even like
I still remember going and standing out on like my mom's porch with my box mod vape that had the 3 milligrams of nicotine in it, and just hitting it and like feeling like complete and utter bliss. Like my whole body was just like in euphoria. And like now it's like I hit 20 and like 50, like back when we had 50, and I was like I couldn't feel it.
50's completely banned across Canada now. Fun fact.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it coming. Like, if they're gonna get rid of it in BC, they're gonna get rid of it probably everywhere.
Yeah, no, and like Alberta was like one of those like gray zones,
I totally
right?
understand, because like I heard stories from some of the guys at the vape store about like people who were literally, they were getting their vapes, they were turning the wattage up as high as it could possibly go with 50 nic juice, like that, which is the highest legal amount of like nicotine you could get in a juice at the time, and they were hitting it until the vapes literally, because like vapes have a cutoff point after like, I don't know, like 10 or 12 seconds where it's just like the vape will stop firing even if you're still holding the button down. And they were like hitting until that point where it's like automatically the vape's turning itself off kind of thing. And it was sending kids to the hospital with like ruptured lungs and shit because of how fucking like, you know, literally bad for you it was.
Yep.
But yeah, no, like just shit like that, like that always scared me. That's why I always like try and keep my wattage at like a very specific amount. Even if mine can go, like the coil I have can go to the maximum wattage I have, I try and keep it as low as possible.
It's vape.
Just trying to stay safe with, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to die because of that shit, even though it's carcinogenic and will result in me dying earlier, but, you know.
No, it's funny you say that, because when I got my, my Salt Nick vape, like, years and years, my fucking RPM broke.
Yeah, your original
When
RPM.
I got my original RPM.
Oh, I remember, like, weren't we firing it way too high by accident? And I'm like...
No, dude, I was with Summit.
Oh,
he was, like, telling me, like, about how like kids were going to the hospital because of it.
Yeah.
Like maxing it out and
yeah. I think that was the specific vape that was the story.
He told me about that and I was like, oh shit, dude. Okay, so like let's fucking try it, bro.
You fucking fiend, man.
Yeah, we had like fucking 35 nick in there.
Well, no, I think the story that I'm thinking about. Sorry, go ahead. I'll let you finish that first before I.
Yeah, no, we had like 35 nick in that bitch, and we were fucking maxing out the like draw time on it, and on top of that, we had it pretty fucking juiced out on the watts too, bro. Like, we're like, all right, like this could fucking send us to the hot. Let's fucking try it, bro. Like,
yeah, no, I remember.
I was like, that's cap.
I remember when I was here with my ex-girlfriend, and you got a new vape. I think it was the RPM 2. And you got it out the box. You put like, I think it was only like 20 nic juice in it or something like that, or maybe it was 50. But like, you forgot to turn the wattage down from like whatever it was at the factory, so it came out like 20 watts higher than what your coil was supposed to hit. And so I hit it, and I remember like it hit so fucking hard. Like I was sitting on the couch, like I couldn't move with how nicked out I was. And like I was like, what the fuck is like what? It's the same juice I've been hitting before. Like you just got a new vape. Like what is this? And you were like, oh wait, oh no, the watts are like way higher than they're supposed to be. Oh no. Yeah. Oh, that was a good time.
Throw back to when I got that Nord 4.
Oh my god.
Brand new fucking vape and coil and everything, and fucking I put the 50 nick in it, and I was like maxing out my wattages on that shit, and I was like, dude, hit this.
Dude, did you see this? Look at this.
What the fuck?
Like glide across the top of it, like barely even grinding. Actually,
yeah,
I kind of want to save that replay.
I remember you hit the vape like twice, and you're like, bruh, I need to fucking lay down.
Yeah,
like,
no, I remember when you first got that thing, because it was so powerful, and I was just used to disposable vapes, which just like, they just don't hit as hard.
No,
like they're tastier, but they just don't hit as hard. Tastier than Salt Nick, at least. For anybody who wants to correct me, who's a vapor in the comments. But yeah,
you already know we got a whole lot of fucking vapors in our fucking comments, bro.
It's nothing but the boys from TSD, and like none of them vape.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, fucking good pizza. Nice, man.
Thanks for that, bro. I fucking needed that.
Yeah, no, I was just like, I was getting kind of hungry. I was like, what the fuck am I gonna eat? I'll just fucking order some Domino's. Fuck it up, why not? Also, we're almost done already? What the fuck?
Yeah, dude, this has like been like the most natural fucking ShedCast I think we've had. We went from like a couple different fucking topics, bro. We went from talking about my PC to like fucking like moving places and shit, and fucking jobs, and fucking,
and then selling scratch tickets to kids and a bunch of other stuff like that.
And just like fucking dude, vapes and whatnot.
Yeah. Also, to those who said in the comments that we need talking points, fuck you. We don't need fucking talking points. We go off the cuff every cast. ShedCast gang. On the gang.
Well, I was gonna say, man, I swear, even if we did have talking points,
we'd probably ignore them, or we'd probably get sidetracked.
No, exactly, man. Like, you know, it's like one thing to have to, like, the thing is another thing as well, since we usually do this for about an hour.
Yeah.
like, how are you gonna, like, we would have to make so many talking points, man.
Yeah, well, not only that, but, like, we'd also have to, either that or we'd have to, like, have a specific amount of time for each talking point, where it's, like, so that we'd have, like, because, like, we could, like, because we could spend, depending on each talking point, like, one talking point we could spend 30 whole minutes on, another talking point could be 2.
Exactly.
So it's, like, who knows exactly what we're going to take the longest on. I guess we could just write down a bunch of talking points and then fucking, you know.
Yeah, but then it just doesn't feel natural. Like, it feels more scripted, and I don't like the idea of doing something scripted. Like, it's like, look at Joe Rogan, for example. Do you think he, like, has his podcast and whatnot scripted?
No, but he's also got, like, the topic of, like, politics to go off of and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, like, he's got a lot to go off. And not only that, he talks to, like, a lot of
different people, yeah.
Well, he's fucking had Elon Musk on his show, bro.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, some of the stuff he does is politically motivated, some of it's not. Like, you already know, we're keeping ShedCast completely away from the politics, as far away as possible. No politics on this podcast. Get that shit the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Unless it's fucking snow removal, then...
Yeah, unless it's snow removal.
We're all for it, bro.
Then we're saying the fucking government should be doing it.
Yeah.
Anyway, fucking... ShedCast out. Bing bong. Fuck your life. Next episode coming in weeks. Who knows? Months. Days.
Next episode coming in Yo Mama.